Traveling on foot through the desert is dangerous. There are countless number of deaths recorded of people who travel on foot through deserts. What made Khalid not to pursue finding his home but to farm was he knew the statistics and he knew he wouldn't fare any better considering how he possessed almost nothing at the time. He was calling for help, which came, but unfortunately gone. So this time he has made up his mind. He wants to build himself from scratch. The most important virtue of farming is patience. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot from farmers. Farmers need to be commended a lot for their unprecedented dedication to their cause. The amount of time it took for his grasses to grow was limited. Khalid wanted something, anything at all, even a miracle, so he could start something. The dream was big, but he was out of options. Fortunately for Khalid, the camel didn't have only food supplies in his bag, but it also had some seeds. Before he goes on with the planting, Khalid needed to rediscover the place again, with supplies in the form of camel meat available as energy reserve of salt. Khalid goes around looking for different means and ways he could thrive in his yet to be created ecosystem without any cause for failure. Khalid discovers a Barbacinia. This is a plant that has hairy roots and they ooze rock dissolving acids. This helps them chisel away through hard places. Angiosperms are the most dominant plant life on earth. Almost every crop you see is very probable an angiosperm. Angiosperms could grow anywhere on earth, even in the Arctic. That's how come he discovered Barbacinia, because Barbacinia is an angiosperm. To access water in a place such as the desert, Khaled would need to search further and wider. Luckily, even though there was a depleted oasis available, Khaled could still find the source of water and use it to his advantage. The challenge he could have under the basking sun. He would probably wear himself out quickly, and so he planned to do this at night. All he needed to do was to dig, and the following day he would be able to discover what could possibly be underneath that oasis. That's the source of the water. Oases develop in hydrologically favored locations that have attributes such as high water table, seasonal lakes, or blockaded waters. An oasis is an area of fertile land surrounded by a desert. Oases are made when sources of fresh water such as underground rivers or aquifers irrigate the surface naturally or via man-made wells. Underground water sources called aquifers supply most oases. In some cases, a natural spring brings the underground water to the surface. At other oases, man-made wells tap the aquifer. Oases are always important water sources in the dry places where they are found. Their unique features need to be protected from drying up. In some places, the oases are maintained by nature, and in other places, humans take the initiative to protect them, as in the case of Khalid. In most cases, the thick vegetation that surrounds the oasis provides shade in the area and protects the oasis from harsh climatic conditions. The plants also help retain the underground water and therefore sustain the oasis. Therefore, Khalid saw the source of that water being an aquifer. There were pockets of them scattered over the desert land, and that was why there could be the thriving of some grasses and some wild animals there. He dug all those portions he thought could possibly have an aquifer beneath, and when he realized a trickle of water flowing, he knew he was ready. He dug deep and dug wide. He made a converging point for the water and then covered all those pits and trails he had made loosely so as not to tamper with the flow, leaving only one of them as an access point. He realized these aquifers were surrounded with rocks, so he planted the Babycinia each on top of these spots he predicted to have aquifers, and since some rocks, bed rocks, could have water stored within them somewhat, he was hopeful. Then he knew he could begin his plantation. He cleared the portion above the convergence he had made, tilled the soil, added his compost in the form of dung and grasses. He selected his seeds to be used for his plantation. There was a variety of them. He then began planting his seeds, taking into consideration the depth at which he planted them in the soil and the spacings between each plant. The following day, he fetched the little water he has accumulated in the pit he had made so far and watered his planted seeds. The camel meat he had roasted and kept within the sands somewhere was what was sustaining him for the time being, as well as the juice from the cactus being his nourisher. At this point, he was getting used to it. When the meat got finished, he returned to his old ways of hunting reptiles and kangaroo rats and chewing them. He watered the crops day after day. A week came, 2 weeks came before he started seeing sprouts. At this point, he was overjoyed, and now nothing was stopping him. I will never give up. It sounds cliche, but trust me, it works. I will never give up. Sometimes it's hard to get out of bed, but I will never give up. I sleep on the bare, hard grounds on the desert, but I will never give up. I sometimes don't shit for 4 days straight because I haven't had any proper food, but I will never give up. How many times have I said I will never give up? I know, it's a bit tiring, but I will never give up. I stand up to my feet. I weed around my crops, use them as mulch and manure, water them by any means necessary, work tirelessly under the basking sun, withstand sandstorms and drought, look up to the heavens and continue to hope. I will do everything I need to do today. I will do it again and again. A week would come, a fortnight. They refuse to grow, but I don't mind. A month will come, a year, 2 years, and I'll still never give up because my survival is on the line, my future is on the line, and I will never give up until I harvest.